opportunity to make sure your phones are on silent. Thank you. Good afternoon. Members of the public gallery should note that the Council records and publishes Council meetings via YouTube to enhance the accessibility of Council meetings to the broader Wellington community. These recordings are also archived and may be published on Council's website for viewing by the public or used for publicity or information purposes. At the appropriate times during the meeting, members of the gallery may address the Council, at which time their image, comments or submissions will be recorded. Members of the public who are not in attendance at the Council meeting but who wish to communicate with the Council via the online web form should lodge their questions or comments early in the meeting to ensure that their submissions can be dealt with at the end of the meeting. Please could visitors, councillors and invited online attendees, which probably doesn't make much difference really that they're turning their phone off, but anyway, ensure the mobile phones and other electronic devices are turned off or in silent mode for the duration of the meeting. Wellington Shire acknowledges our offices are located on the traditional lands of the Gunai Nation. We pay our deep respects to their elders, past, present and future, and acknowledge their ongoing cultural and spiritual connections to their lands and waters. We have no apologies, CEO.
None, Mayor.
Any declarations of conflict of interest? Can we come to item 3, which is the confirmation of minutes from the previous council meeting? Do I have a motion there? Thank you, Councillor Wells.
Yes, I move that Council adopt the minutes and resolutions of the ordinary council meeting of October 15, 2024.
Is that motion seconded? Councillor Tatterson. Is that motion opposed? The motion not being opposed was carried. Did you wish to speak to that? We have no business arising from the previous meeting. Do we have any late and urgent items?
None, Mayor.
Thank you. We have no notice of motion. Any joint letters or petitions? Invited addresses, presentations or acknowledgements. Councillor Ripper.
Thank you, Mayor. I'd like to acknowledge Remembrance Day. 11 a.m, the 11th of November, lest we forget. At 11 a.m. on the 11th of November 1911, the guns of the Western Front fell silent after more than 4 years of continuous war. In November, the Germans called for an armistice, suspension of fighting, in order to secure a peace settlement. They then accepted the Allied terms, unconditional surrender. Australia was a small nation with a population of fewer than 5 million. From this small population base, no less than 809,000 men enlisted, which 302,000 served overseas. Of these, 62,000 were killed and 155,000 wounded. At least a further 8,000 died of war-related injuries after the war. These figures do not include the neurological trauma inflicted on so many soldiers, which negatively affected their lives and those of their families for many years afterwards. The 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month attained special significance in the post-war years. During councillor caretaker mode, I attended Stratford's Remembrance Day service, and I noted that attendance is growing over the years, and we attended to pay our respects to our fallen soldiers. I am proud to call myself an ex-service woman. I also would like to acknowledge my colleague, Councillor Lowe, as an ex-serviceman. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councillor Ripper. Beautifully said and acknowledged. Are there any other? Thank you.
I'd just like to acknowledge that show season began in Wellington Shire with the 134th Maffra Agricultural Show held on the weekend of October 25 to 27. The Maffra show had over 4,000 people attend over 3 days. There were a number of different events from woodchop competition, the famous Maffra Mile, lawnmower races and a high-flying dog jump event. The night concluded with a fire show by Wacky Wombat, the demolition derby and a spectacular fireworks display. The following weekend, the 159th Sale and District Agricultural Society show was held and more than 10,000 people attended over the weekend. Again, there were numerous events from equestrian, animal judging, cooking and art competitions and of course the famous carrot cake competition. The Friday night carnival ended with the monster truck show and incredible fireworks. Well done to all involved with both shows and thank you to the volunteers involved in bringing both of these events to our community. And it's worth mentioning that the Yarram show will be held this weekend.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Any other addresses or presentations or acknowledgements? No? Thank you. Well, we're going to move on there's no questions on notice, CEO. So I see that we have Talia Schneider in there who's going to present her Youth Council report.
Thank you, Mayor. Good afternoon, Council members. I am Talia Schneider, and it has been my honour to lead the Wellington Shire Youth Council for 2024. I present to you this quarter's report on the activities and achievements of the Youth Council. We've had an incredibly dynamic few months filled with successful events, community collaborations and impactful initiatives that reflect our commitment to engaging and supporting youth throughout the Shire. Starting with the Wellington Youth Art Prize, themed Down the Rabbit Hole. We had an amazing opening on Friday the 11th of October. The turnout was fantastic, with many young artists entering creative and inspiring works. The event also featured unique displayed art pieces that added vibrancy to the gallery, showcasing the incredible talent of our youth. It was a proud moment for everyone involved, and this event helped highlight the arts within our community. Looking ahead, we're thrilled to announce our first mini Upswing festival on Friday the 22nd of November at the Bundy Hall. Working with Regional Arts Victoria, we're organising an exciting lineup featuring youth musical talent and a youth makers market with small business stalls from young entrepreneurs. Additionally, artwork created by local primary schools will be projected as the stage backdrop, adding a unique visual element to the performances. This event promises to be a true celebration of local talent and creativity. This quarter, we are also joining the annual Wear It Purple Day with a special day of awareness and celebration for LGBT plus young people, and many of our youth councillors proudly wore purple to honour diversity and inclusivity, expressing our support for the LGBT plus community and our dedication to creating a welcoming and accepting space for everyone. We were successful in getting a grant for the Youth Fest in September. On Friday the 13th of September, we hosted a special event called Youth Scream for Ice Cream to gather feedback from our youth. We visited Yarram High School, where students shared their ideas about what they'd like to see more of in our community. In return, they enjoyed a free ice cream from the Dipsy Gypsy van. We then took this initiative to the Maffra Library, collaborating with their Youth Night, which generated a lot of great feedback from the attendees. It was an enjoyable, interactive way to engage youth and hear their voices. Additionally, Darcy, the Deputy Youth Mayor, and I attended the Sale Neighbourhood House AGM on September the 18th. This meeting allowed us to learn more about the house's role in our community, and we brainstormed ideas to make the space more inviting to young people. We came up with engaging activities like pottery art days and potential Dungeons and Dragons nights. And we're also looking forward to collaborating with Maffra Library's D&D group. In conclusion, it's been an active and productive quarter for the Wellington Shire Youth Council. From arts and community feedback initiatives, we're making great strides towards creating an inclusive, vibrant and supportive community for young people. And thank you to all your support and encouragement. We look forward to working with you with this new council in 2025. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Talia. And I think, Talia, is that your last report as a youth mayor? So thank you so much for your time as youth mayor. I think it's been amazing, and you speak so beautifully on behalf of the youth council. So well done. Thank you. So I have a motion to accept the youth mayor's report.
I move to accept the Youth Mayor's report.
Thank you. Is
Well
that
done.
motion
Thanks, Talia.
seconded? Councillor Stevens. Is the motion opposed? Motion not being opposed. It's carried. Thank you, Talia. Well done. Did you want to speak to? No, that's all right. Thank you. Councillors, we now move on to item 11, Delegates Report. Given we haven't got any committees formed yet, I don't believe we'll have any Delegates Reports. So then we move on to the Chief Executive Officer's report. Thank you, Councillor Bannerman.
I move that the Chief Executive Officer's report be received.
Thank you. Is that seconded? Councillor Ripper, I think, got it first there. Thank you. Is that motion opposed? Motion not being opposed, it's carried. Thank you, Councillor Bannerman.
Thank you. So I just wanted to thank our CEO for his activity over the last month leading up to these new appointments, including but not limited to being very busy out and about with the CFA, and also of interest and close to my heart is maintaining the relationships with the RAF base and broader military community, with meeting up with the Department of Defence representatives, including looking for those ongoing employment opportunities with the military partners of Lockheed Martin and Pilatus Training. So thank you, CEO.
Thank you, Councillor Bannerman. And it's true. It's not defence is obviously a different level of government looking after it. There's not a lot of ways that we can support it, but when we can, we love to, because it's such an important contributor and part of our community here. We move then on to item 13.1, the Assembly of Councillors report. Do I have a motion there? Thank you, Councillor Stevens.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. I'm pleased to move the Council note and receive the attached Assembly of Councillors records for the period 7th of October 2024 to 10th of November 2024.
That motion seconded. Thank you, Councillor Wells. Is that motion opposed? Motion not being opposed is carried. Would you like to say anything there?
I think it's all good. Thank you, Mayor.
So we'll move on then on to item 14.1, the quarterly building report. We have a motion there. Thank you, Councillor Tatterson.
I move that Council note the report of building permits issued from the 1st of July 2024 to the 30th of September 2024.
Thank you. Is that motion seconded? Seconded, Councillor Madley. Is the motion opposed? Not opposed. It's carried. Councillor Tatterson.
Thank you, Mayor. Just from reading the report, we can see that there's been 211 building permits issued, so still a strong amount of building permits, and over $30 million worth of work has been issued permits for. So well done to the building industry, and hopefully they keep going strongly.
Thank you, Councillor Tatterson. Move on to item 14.2, the monthly planning decisions. Do we have a motion there?
I move that.
Councillor Pope.
Thank you. I move that the Council note the report on recent planning permit trends and planning application determinations between the 1st of September and the 30th of September 2024.
Thank you. Motion seconded. Councillor Tatterson. Is the motion opposed? Motion not being opposed is carried. Did you wish to speak?
I only noted that there were 42 planning permits approved during that particular time period, which was really good.
Further gallery comments? I don't see anyone other than staff in the gallery here. Are there online comments, CEO?
Oh, yes, Mayor, we do have one. This is actually from ex-councillor Gail Maher, in fact ex-deputy Mayor Gail Maher, and many congratulations to the new council and to councillors Rosetti and Madeleine on their appointments. The greatest, and then in quote marks, the greatest leader is not necessarily the one who does the greatest things, but the one who gets the people to do the greatest things. As you step into your new roles as Mayor and Deputy Mayor, I'm confident in your ability to inspire and empower our community to achieve great things together. Congratulations on your appointment and best wishes as you begin this exciting journey. Kind regards, Gail.
Very kind of ex-councillor Marr and Citizen Marr. It sounds a bit like a Dorothy Dixon to me, but we'll accept her kind wishes, which is lovely. That's the end of the open session of the council. I'm looking for a motion to move into closed session. Thank you, Councillor Patterson.
Thank you, Mayor. I move that the meeting be closed to the public to consider confidential information pursuant to section 66(2) of the Local Government Act 2020 as defined in section 3(1) as involving personal information being information which, if released, would result in the unreasonable disclosure of information about any person or their personal affairs.
Thank you. Seconded, Councillor Bannerman.
I second that, yes.